Shalom. I'll start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rechakodash. Double honor to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone that rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect tabernacle of David scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Now, our people do a lot of stupid shit. And, I just want to respond because they say this is an old video, but it was recently posted up on WorldStar. You had this dumb Jake, they took this plant and they had, he was curious and he went along and smoked this plant. And when he inhaled it, he started to lose his shit. He started just totally bugging out. And, it's a reason why there's physicians that exist out there. There's people that, study and understand the purposes of different herbs and plants and, what it treats, what its side effects are. You can't use certain things just for recreational use, because then that's when it becomes witchcraft, and you're inviting yourself to a different realm of spirits. All right, and this dude had to learn his lesson in hell in this shit. Trying to get his internet clout up, because Jake could do anything to get famous, to get views. Silly ass generation, man. But anyway, this is like 2 minutes long, but I'll play just maybe the first minute of it, and then we'll because there's lessons to to learn every day. You learn all type of things, even from folly. You can learn from it. So without further ado, let me just play it real quick.
How long has it got already?
I got 28 minutes.
29.
Yeah, that's 4 gigs.
Rip that shit. Oh my god. Yeah. Rip clear.
Now, first of all, like the scriptures tell you, if sinners entice you, you don't consent. But that's what Jake do, just to feel accepted, to fit in. Jake, they'll fall under peer pressure. Let me see. I think it's in Proverbs 1. Yeah, Proverbs 1:10, it says, "My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not." And people will get you to do any damn thing, and next thing you know, now you're a damn fiend. Now your mind ain't right anymore. This Jake was he was dumb enough to listen to them and try that stuff, and it bugged him out. And some people, they'll try stuff like this and they're never the same. So you just got to be mindful.
Clear. I got cleared one hit. Otherwise you're fucked. All right, now hold it.
It's just supposed to get
Now blow out.
salvia resin.
Blow up. You don't need to hold it that long.
I did. Damn, I'm feeling hella funny. Or have I warm fuck? You guys are my other argument. What the fuck? Everything I say is like a. What?
Drop it. Chill out. Hey,
Dante.
what the fuck? Chill out. You're good, dog. Chill out.
I ain't tripping, bro. It's cool, John.
How do you think you break out a window?
You want some water?
No, chill out. Just sit down. That's all it is. Just sit down.
Chill.
Just sit.
Just chill out, bro.
Just sit down. That's all it is.
Chill
Man.
out.
Yeah, sit.
You can see he in a whole nother realm somewhere, bugging the hell out. All right. he's in the flesh, but he doesn't know where he's at. He doesn't know if he's in his flesh or not. So he was it wasn't smart, all right, to do this, all right, and you learn from it, okay. The scriptures say about children growing up, foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, but the rod draws it away from them, but you learn, the other. You sometimes Jay got to learn the hard way. All right, this is not to be consumed in that manner. All right, now when you look up what he actually inhaled, there's a substance made from a plant called salvia plant, and it's from the Latin. All right, it's salvia divinorum, and when I looked it up, I was like, yo, that sounds a lot like divination, which I'm pretty sure that's what that go back to. All right. Which basically showing you that the properties in it and the chemicals, it pretty much opens you up, with them spirits, man. All right. And pretty much anybody that indulges, with that, it's considered witchcraft. Okay. They call it the sage of diviners or diviners. Okay. It says Salvia divinorum is a plant species with transient psychoactive properties when its leaves or extracts made from the leaves are administered by smoking, chewing, or drinking. The leaves contain the potent compound salvinorin A and can induce a dissociative state and hallucinations. So I'm pretty sure that if you take it and you take it in a certain dose, this is what it can actually cause or lead to. These are the symptoms. So maybe somebody that's well studied and learned in plants would actually be able to break it down, what its use is and how much of it is safe to take. All right. But you gotta be careful out here, man. All right. Psychedelic. So it can alter your mind, your senses. All right. And they said that there's a tribe in Mexico that are known for using this. A bunch of basically shamans, which shamans are known for conjuring up spirits, speaking to what Jay called the ancestors. All right, seeking familiar spirits, and that's all wicked. Now, this is the information right here from WebMD. It says Salvia divinorum is an herb in the mint family. It has been used for centuries in religious ceremonies by the Mazatec Indians, a native people who live in Oaxaca, Mexico. The Mazatecs believe it is the incarnation of Virgin Mary, showing their idolatrous nature. The scriptures talk about how Ephraim is joined unto idols, let him alone. That's, represents the north. They get the worship of Mary from Catholicism, and we're never to worship Mary. Okay. She was just essentially the Lord's mother, and the Lord used her as a vessel to bring the Lord, in. All right. But she was not an object of worship. It says Salvia divinorum possession and use is legal in most states in the U.S., but it has been labeled as a drug of concern by the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration. And they know what it does to people, but they'll still make it lawful. That's why a lot of people are bugged out here in this country. People smoking on all type of stuff, and everybody's out of their mind. You go to Philadelphia is a section in Philly where everybody's just, they're out of their mind. It's a bunch of zombies walking around because they all are high off of, that stuff. All right. People on bath salts and people used to do that K2 stuff. It's not good, man. It's all witchcraft at the end of the day. The Salvia divinorum is mostly commonly used as a recreational drug. It produces hallucinations when inhaled, when the leaves are chewed, or when extracts are placed under the tongue. The Salvia divinorum contains chemicals that can cause hallucinations when inhaled or taken by mouth. There isn't much information about how Salvia divinorum might work as a medicine, which you do a simple Google search. It tells you some of the things that people used to use it to treat. Insect bites, headaches, stuff like that, wounds, to get over the pain relief. But I'm pretty sure they more than likely applied it on the skin versus actually inhaling it. It says it contains chemicals that can cause hallucinations when inhaled or taken by mouth. There isn't much information about it. It might work as a medicine. All right, so let me go to Wisdom of Solomon. And let's go to the 7th chapter. And this is, when Solomon prayed for wisdom, the Lord gave him that understanding. And he was learned in all things. And he learned that a lot of stuff is vanity, He would come to that same conclusion today. And he see how people are living and how people are not in their natural, they're not in their right mind, and things are used improperly, is not used righteously. Everything is just out of whack right now. Wisdom of Solomon 7:21, it says, no, let me start up actually. Let me start at 17. It says, for he have given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely, to know how the world was made and the operation of the elements, the beginning, ending, and midst of the times, the chronology of time, the alterations of the turning of the sun and the change of seasons, showing you that the sun revolves around the earth and not the other way around. All right, it says the circuits of years, the positions of stars, the natures of living creatures, wild beasts, and the furies of wild beasts, the violence of winds, and the reasonings of men, the diversities of plants and the virtues of roots. And all different plants have its different uses. All right, because the Lord, he didn't make anything imperfect. All his creation is perfect, and it all has a purpose and a use. And I'm pretty sure the way these people are using these plants, they use it just for recreational use. Basically just to get high, to get numb. If you dealing with pain and muscle spasms, or went through some kind of surgery, then it's understandable. But you just doing it just to do it, and you doing it all the damn time, then that's a problem. Okay. So, we got to be sober. These people, they don't know where they coming or going. But with wisdom, you learn about all these different things, the way things work, why the Lord created these different organisms in the earth. Okay. And we're going to get all that when we're in the kingdom as well. And that's why we're going to be able to teach these nations, what everything's use is actually for, why you use it and when to use it. Right now it's used for evil, like these different plants, and like what I just looked up concerning this tribe in Issachar, they do it for the wrong reasons. And let me get this in Deuteronomy 18. There's Deuteronomy 18 and verse 9. And it says, when thou art come into the land which the Lord thy power giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations. And our people, they still doing what them Hamites used to do. You know, it's like those traditions and those practices never left. They never, grew from it. You still got a lot of our tribes down in the Amazon. They still living like heathens, man. And they dealing with spirituality, and they think that gets you closer to the Most High. You always hear Jake say, "Oh, I don't have a religion, but I believe in spirituality. I'm into spiritism. So you just dealing with spirits. A lot of our women are into that. You got to be careful, man. A lot of them are into witchcraft, man. They're witches. Because they don't have that divine connection straight to the Most High, because the Most High doesn't deal straight with the woman that way. We know that there's an order. You got the Most High, you got Yahweh Shai, and you got the man, then you have the woman. But because, women in this day and age like to go against the grain in their rebellion, and they want that power connection, they use an alternative route, which is usually the witchcraft route, spirituality. It says, there shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, however you do it. And them Mexicans, all right, they use this particular plant that Jake inhaled to do it, trying to communicate with the spirits, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. Shamanism deals with all this. It says, for all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord, and because of these abominations, the Lord thy God drove them out from before thee. And that's what the Canaanites were all into. So, we're not to partake or have any dealings with any of these practices. And a lot of Jake is into it today. Black women down in the South, the Latin women in the Caribbean, they heavy into it. And that's why it says in our law, the Lord says, y'all suffer not a witch to live. Let's go to Galatians 5. And that's why even your modern day pharmaceuticals, is a reason why when they prescribe it to you and they give you the list of side effects, because, it's chemicals in it, and it causes you to bug the hell out. It puts demons on you, because you're not supposed to really be dealing with that. Galatians 5 and verse 19, it says, now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. And just one of these words, obviously witchcraft, I just want to look that up. And you see in the Greek, it goes back to pharmakia. Okay. And it says from G5332, medication, pharmacy, i.e. by extension, magic, sorcery, witchcraft, the use of administering of drugs, poisoning. Okay. And it's the chemicals that poisons you, cause these effects, man. So you got to be careful out there, because this is all just showing you that this is a desire of the flesh. This is literally the lust of your flesh. And people think that they're here to live for their flesh. You're not really here to live for your flesh. You're here to, serve the Lord and your body and glorify Him. So you reap, they that reap to the flesh sow to the flesh corruption. And that's why a lot of people, they they bug the hell out, destroy their life, only to never return. Some people never return, man, to their right frame of mind, and then end up dying because you're doing too much. It's called surfeiting when you do things in excess. All right, and the scriptures say, let's get Luke 21. And it says, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting, doing all type of things in excess for the fulfillment of the desire of your flesh. It says, and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. And you definitely not aware, when you hallucinate or under these psychedelic drugs. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Wherefore watch you therefore and pray always that you may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. That's pretty much it. I'm not going to make this long, but, this is just my response to this. All right. Jake is in a folly, and this is, this is off, but this behavior is common, so, be careful out there, man. Jake he was dumb for that. All right. So with that, let me give all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai. To the next one, Shalom.